Kemi Badenoch has announced her first policy as Tory leader, focused on immigration. The Conservative Party leader has said immigrants should face tougher hurdles to achieve British citizenship, ahead of MPs debating the government's border security, asylum and immigration bill next week. She thinks that new arrivals to the UK should have to wait at least 15 years before becoming eligible, and she wants the government to include these measures in the proposed new law. So, what's the context? Well, the Conservative Party has been talking tough about immigration for a long time, more than 10 years. From David Cameron pledging in 2010 to cut immigration from 252,000 arrivals a year to the tens of thousands, to Rishi Sunak unveiling his Stop the Boats promise. Tough rhetoric has gone hand in hand with ever-increasing numbers, despite some voters expecting a reduction in arrivals after Brexit. In November last year, the Office for National Statistics revealed that between June 2022 and June 2023, net migration in and out of the UK reached a record high of 906,000. This is made up of lower migration from the EU and higher numbers from the rest of the world. After the Conservatives' election defeat to Labour in July, Reform UK have been snapping at the party's heels, even coming top in a Sky News YouGov poll this week and edging out Labour. And with Reform delivering a strong message to voters of lower immigration proving popular, Badenoch has opted to weigh in on the subject in her first major policy announcement. So what has she actually said? Badenoch has said immigrants should have to wait at least 15 years before they become eligible for British citizenship. She wants it to be harder to secure permanent residence or a UK passport, arguing this should only go to people who've shown a real commitment to Britain. People would have to wait 10 years rather than 5 before applying for what's known as indefinite leave to remain. They would then have to wait a further 5 years rather than 1 year before they could apply for British citizenship. The Tory leader said she thinks the pace of immigration has been too quick and the numbers coming too high for meaningful integration. She also said that the UK needs to slow down the track for citizenship, arguing a UK passport should be a privilege, not an automatic right. The Conservatives also called for new conditions to be imposed on anyone applying for indefinite leave to remain, including for applicants to show they've never claimed benefits, used social housing or had a criminal record. They would also have to show they would be a net contributor to the UK economy. Badenoch thinks these measures would reduce immigration as people would be deterred from coming to Britain, but she declined to give a specific figure when asked by the BBC. However, most work visas do include a clause known as no recourse to public funds, which prevents immigrants on those visas from claiming benefits or using social housing. What's the reaction been? Labour, who also want to appear tough on immigration as they also take on Reform UK, came out in criticism of Badenoch's move. Minister for Border Security, Dame Angela Eagle, said the Conservatives had lost control of our borders during their 14 years in power. She said many of the things they are saying already exist or are the reversal of policies they introduced themselves in recent years, a sign of how chaotic they are. Badenoch's Shadow Home Secretary Chris Philp has apologised for the Conservatives' record in office on immigration. He told GB News the party wanted to regain voters' trust and added, "The last government made mistakes. We got it wrong and it shouldn't have happened." But some critics of the Tories' plan do point out that making a pathway to citizenship harder could end up making integration more difficult, which is what Badenoch says she wants to address. What do you think of the Conservatives' plans on immigration? Let us know your thoughts in the comments and follow City AM for all the latest political news.